It depends. I think if you're someone who, let's say, has some long-term gut damage, or you have some chronic pain surrounding, let's say, multiple injuries, or you're someone who's in a bad car accident and you have a bunch of stuff going on, the use could be continuous for a while. I would never say for life, or like, people say for life peptides, that sort of thing. I would never say that. Currently, I don't feel that way. Obviously, my mind could change on things at some point, but I don't feel that way. Cyclical, I think there always has to be a reason. I think taking time off of utilizing any product to see how your body either comes back from that, adapts to that, etc. Like I used BPC-157 by itself straight for like 6 weeks to heal my shoulder. My shoulder felt great, but now it's a little twingy again. And so I'm probably going to use another run of just BPC-157 directly in that shoulder. So again, I think there needs to be a reason. A lot of that reason for continuous not being a thing is why spend that money. The cyclical use should be with a plan in place. So I'm going to test, like for me, how I test a lot of new things on myself is like, okay, I'm going to use this BPC-157 for 6 weeks, or like you guys saw I did with Retatrutide, right? So I'm going to try titrating up 1/4 milligram per week for 8 weeks, and then I'm going to increase after that, see how high I can go, just see what things feel like. And then with like BPC-157, I'm going to do it for 6 weeks in the shoulder, stop, see how it feels, etc. I think there needs to be a plan in place when running things in a cyclical manner. The continuous, not a fan of yet, could be at some point, but currently not yet. And then as needed, that's where I'm a big fan of, like as needed. Even now, if let's say I started using BPC-157 in the shoulder, 250 micrograms 2 times a day in the shoulder, and in a week it feels better, I'll probably stretch it out for 1 more week to get an added healing benefit off of that, and then I'll cease that use. I'm always a fan of using the least amount of products as possible. I never want to feel like I'm abusing anything. That's just how I roll. But remember also, when we talk about continuous use, a lot of times people are thinking of the shorter half-life peptides, very short, 4, 2, 6, 12-hour half-life peptides, BPC-157, the GHRPs, your TB-500, those sorts of things. We have a much shorter half-life on those products. Products like the GLP-1 lines, so GLP-1, 2, 3, any of those items, you are going to run those items for a long period of time, right? Obviously, you need to titrate up, get to the dose that works best for that individual or the user or whatever, or as you're being instructed. And then you have to base your goals on there. Like with my clients or even myself, we're going to run certain dosing on the GLP-1 plus products for a certain period of time to achieve a certain result, and then come off of that product to maintain that result and use it as a tool rather than a crutch long term. I think that's probably the most effective and healthiest way to run those products.